In preparation for renting the stump grinder and grinding this stump out, I need to dig a hole all the way around this stump basically. And I've just started doing that, and I've bumped into a massive lump of concrete, as per usual. So, gonna be smashing that up now. I've been attacking this with the SDS for about 3 hours. It goes so deep, but I think we're just about to get to the end of it, so hopefully I can pull it out. Oh my god. Finally. There's been a bit of a change of plan. Pulled that concrete stump out, that's all good. The idea was to get a stump grinder and grind this down, but after speaking to my neighbours and my parents, we all think now it's a better idea to keep it and keep it as a feature in the garden, have a flower bed round it or something, and then potted plants on top. Give a bit of elevation to the garden, it'll look good, and I don't have to stump grind it because it's also massive. The other thing is, it turns out you can't just plant turf on top of 1 centimetre of soil that then has a concrete path underneath it. So about a third of the concrete path I think I'm going to have to remove. So I've started digging it up again. I've done so much digging. You need about 4 to 6 inches of soil underneath the turf for it to take well, and I don't want to have to redo it later in the future. So I think what I'm going to do is dig up all the soil on top of the path and then cut it into sections with the angle grinder and then try and lift them out rather than smashing the whole thing up, because it takes forever, and that piece took me about 3 hours and it kills your back. So next job is digging up all this soil and trying to get this path out. Ow. After the progress I'd made last week clearing the garden, this really felt like a 1 step forwards and 2 step backwards kind of thing, as the garden now looked like this. Today is a very exciting day. The turf is about to arrive for the garden, so I'm just doing the final bits of prep work. I was prepping the lawn yesterday and getting it all flat, and obviously I discovered another underground structure, some sort of pole slash pipe that I can't get out. So I've just been to buy a blade from Screwfix, and I'm just going to cut it off because I tried digging it out and it goes super deep. So I'm just going to cut it down and then bury it and put turf over the top. The prep work for this garden seemed to go on forever. Every time I dug a hole, there was another obstacle in the way. But once I got this pipe out of the way, I needed to make the garden as flat as possible. I went round and pretty much sieved the whole of the garden. This was definitely overkill, but there was so much stuff left in the soil that I really wanted to get it out. I then went around the whole garden with a plank, jumping up and down on it to try and compact the soil. This was so tedious, but apparently when you lay turf it exaggerates the lumps and bumps in your soil, so it really needed to be done. The final part of the preparation was to water the soil, especially as we haven't had much rain recently and it needs to be slightly damp before you put the turf down. Not to state the obvious, but the turf's arrived. We've got 56 rolls of it. Don't know if that's enough or too much, but I'm exhausted because I've been leveling the garden all morning. So we're gonna have a quick lunch, and then all afternoon we're gonna be laying turf. Hopefully by the end of the day, the garden might look like a garden. I hope this goes well. As you can see, the patio is absolute carnage again, but I managed to make just enough room to get my wheelbarrow through. Now that all the prep work was done, the only thing left was to roll out the green carpet. Right. Oh, this is gonna look so good. I kind of want to eat it. Is that weird? Looks so good. I'm going to leave these bits at the edge around the stump, and then I'm going to cut a nice quarter circle at the end. Okay, I don't know if this is like a super obvious thing to explain, but basically when I get to the end of the garden, so I lay that bit out, get that all in, and then obviously you've got this whole roll and you only want to go up to here. I've watched so many videos on this and I haven't seen anybody do it like this. So basically instead of like trying to get the saw under there or trying to guess how far it is, if you just roll it right up to the edge and then you like keep your finger there and you sort of make a mark about there, and then you roll it back and then just cut through on the top, which is actually way easier than cutting through, well, I guess it's the bottom, not the top, but then it just kind of falls in and you've pretty much, you know, got a pretty perfect cut there. Tips from a complete novice landscaper. Probably just explaining what everybody already knows, but I thought that was pretty cool. pretty happy with this. It looks so good. It only took a few hours to lay the turf. It's quite a satisfying job, to be honest. I'm so happy with how it's turned out. Now I just need to make sure I water it enough because it's so hot still, even though it's, end of September? Is it end of September? Yeah, I think it's the end of September. So yeah, I just need to water it. It looks good.